Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Wednesday Call Live! Hosted today by special guests Tia Edwards and Beth Katz. Filmed in front of a live studio audience in beautiful Burlington, North Carolina. Brought to you by AM Studios, featuring the latest Alliance news and in-depth training. Now, let's hear it for your host, Tia Edwards and Beth Katz.
Y'all fired up to be here? Let me tell y'all how fired I am. When I found out that I was going to be on the TWC for Wives of the Alliance, I was like, oh shoot, they done found me a husband. He's gonna be in here soon. I'm waiting for him.
That's right.
I'll be looking for him today. I was like, dang, they did all the hard work for me. That's what I'm talking about. Well, my name is Ashland Davis. I was born and raised here in Burlington, North Carolina, about 15 minutes down the road from the office. Prior to finding the Alliance, I knew that I had always wanted to help people, so I was like, oh, let me just go to school for dental assisting. They didn't tell me all of the book work that I had to do. I don't mind school, but I'm all about, like, just get me in here so I can know what I need to know and get me out so I can get out there doing it. Well, once I realized I had to do all that reading and writing and all of that stuff that I just got out of high school doing, I was like, no, this ain't for me. So I went to do something more hands-on, helping people. So I went to school for cosmetology, and I graduated with a license in cosmetology from the Aveda Institute of Chapel Hill. Well, again, they tricked me. They didn't tell me that they kept my calendar booked up at school, but when I got out of school, that was my responsibility. Well, right. Yeah, it was. It was a big problem. Because there's only so many friends and family's hair that you can do before you start running out of people. And then you're like, okay, well, it's another 6 weeks. It's not like I'm going to see you tomorrow. Right. Well, at that point in my life, I was not confident enough to go out in public to the malls or restaurants and get to know people or meet them and pass out my business cards or pass out flyers. So my sister worked at a Mercedes dealership, and she convinced me that it was the best job ever and that I could do hair on the side. So I was like, okay, cool. I'll do hair on the side. I can build up my clientele. Once I get that built up, then I can quit this Mercedes job. So went full-time at Mercedes, and unlike it being the best job ever for her, it was the worst job ever for me. Well. Because I was not in that role of helping people. I sat at this little desk and just watched people walk by all day. I took cash payments over in the parts department. Okay. Right? So I took cash payments for parts and cash payments for service. And as you can imagine, half the time people are just on the phones ready to pay and get out of there so they can get back to their, job or day-to-day life. So it was never really like social interaction, or anything like that I was really hoping that it was going to be for me, because it was like that for my sister. So my sister worked up front as the front desk receptionist, where they got to sit up there and hang out with each other and talk to each other and eat and drink all the coffee and snacks they wanted to, sit in the cars, drive them around, and I was like, they're locking me in this freaking filing room in here, and I can't even talk to nobody. So I got desperate, and I started looking for jobs because my boss got desperate because I started sneaking away from my desk and going up to the front to chat. So I got desperate. I started looking for jobs, and I still, at that point, just didn't find anything that I felt truly fit me and what I wanted to do with my life. So I stopped looking, and I didn't know. So here's a tip for y'all too, if y'all don't know this. If you have your resume on Monster, even if you stop looking for jobs, it's still out there. Luckily for me, I found out the good way, not the hard way, because the Alliance found me and called me for an interview. So if you guys have been to the office or talked to anyone at the office or have seen Andy on this TWC Weekly, y'all know how crazy we are here. We are cray-cray. Like, we have Nerf guns. There's bullets shooting around the office. You might see Chris Hill with a ball and bat, you know, not trying to intentionally hit anyone. Andy Lee. But he is crazy. So there's all kinds of crazy stuff going on, you know, here at the office. So for my first interview, I walked in and I was like, what the heck is this? It sounded fun on the phone, but like, this is a lot for me. Especially coming from a desk where I just got to watch people walk back and forth, or where they would lock me in the filing room and I would just be filing my day away. So I was like, oh God, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I was so worried about what was going on and why there was a jungle in the corner, why there were Nerf guns, why they were playing music that I cannot tell you a single thing about my first interview. Other than I was like, these people are crazy and they ain't my kind of people. So I called my dad afterwards and I was like, look, I don't even remember anything from that interview. They are not going to call me back. Well, they called me back. And I came in for my second interview, and that was when I truly found out what the Alliance was about and who they are as a company and how they really care about you as family. I mean, I was just here for my second interview, and just by knowing, you know, what we do on a day-to-day basis and how I was being treated by the CEO who had never met me in his life, you know, from Chelsea Washko and ABTF, you know, I could just truly already feel that love and feel that this is a place that I want to be at. And no matter how crazy they are, I could get used to it. They didn't know I was crazier. I'm kidding. So I have been with the Alliance for it's right at almost 3 years, and I have been in the LPT, and I cannot tell you guys how much I have grown here and how happy and thankful I am for all of you guys who have helped me get to where I'm at today. And I mean, these two leaders that I have behind me, like, how awesome are they? They are awesome. I mean, Tia Edwards, right? Tia Edwards has been here with Terry for 3 years now. 3 years. Y'all don't understand the craziness that goes on with her. Look at who she has to keep up with. Y'all, it is not an easy job. I can tell. I mean, she comes into the office and works her butt off, and she can just give him that look like, you better get back on that phone. While she's taking the kids to school and dropping them off at practices, taking them to cheer, softball, making sure that her house is clean, making sure she feeds them dinner, making sure that she is still keeping up with Terry, and making sure he is smiling and dialing. Can you imagine all of the stuff that she has going on in her life on a day-to-day basis? Same thing with Beth. You know, they are two powerful women of the Alliance who are here as mentors to help myself and all of you guys. Same thing. I mean, they have kids as well that touring colleges. They've got kids that are about to graduate, that are graduating early. Kids that are getting their license, they've got to buy cars for, you know, they have to do all of this stuff. And same thing, it's Adam Katz. Like, he is not an easy one to keep up with either. Y'all know how crazy he is. I mean, the fact that both of you guys can do everything that you do and keep up with them crazy husbands of y'all's, like, props to y'all. I'm going to have to take some tips for when my husband walks in the door, because I'm still waiting on him. So honestly, y'all, I'm just here for the leads, and I'm just waiting for my husband to walk in, because I mean, I cannot tell you, I woke up at 3 o'clock this morning because I was like, oh my gosh, like, I did not even have to do any of this work, and they already found him for me. That was crazy. I mean, same thing. Think about how many of you guys have admins or how many of y'all don't have admins who need admins. They were like my admin finding my husband for me. I didn't have to go on Bumble and Tinder and swipe left and right. I didn't have to go on these speed dates and, say, oh, yeah, I'll text you tomorrow. I'm blocking you. I didn't have to do any of that. It's the same thing with you guys for admins. Your admins are doing all of that busy work for you that you don't have time to do. Submitting your apps, helping your people get through License Coach, helping them get contracted with the carriers. They're doing all of that stuff that is tedious that you don't have time for.
Right.
They were at my admins helping me through something like that. Y'all know it's hard. It is so hard. So that's why I'm waiting for him to come through the door. It's the same thing. Y'all have to stop doing all of that small work that you don't have time for so you can get on the phone more, so you can buy more leads, so you can write more business, so you can invest more in your team. So yeah, I'll give it away to you so you can kind of tell them, about marriage and being a wife of the Alliance.
Yeah, I love a wife of the Alliance. Hello, everybody. Man, I am fired up right now, y'all. This is an honor. I want to thank, first of all, I got to thank Jane and Andy Albright for this amazing opportunity. It's y'all saw something in me that my past jobs did not even see in me. So I am so forever grateful for this company. Terry and I, we ain't going nowhere. So get used to our faces, you know what I'm saying? So I am married to the amazing, handsome, the best husband in the whole wide world. That's my husband, Terry. And today is Stephanie, it's a very special day for me. Today is my grandma's 80th birthday. She has, yes, Grandma, happy birthday. And it's my grandma, she has Alzheimer's. She's in a nursing home back at home now. And she was one of the women that helped mold me into who I am today. She is my rock. And today I am really up here because of her, Mia. I get to be up here for her. I am doing something that my grandma never done. Right. I am doing something that my grandma and granddad never ever thought of, owning their own business, Ivan. Yeah. I am doing that right here for them. And another group, my kids, I want my kids' pictures up right quick. So my kids, they're at school, but they are so proud of me today. It's okay, so there's some up with, that's all of them. That's that's everybody. So yeah, that's Taylor. She's the 3-year-old. That's the boss baby right there. She runs the house. And these are just some of the pictures from our family reunion conference. So he's going to just run through our pictures. So we have kids from ages 13 all the way down to 3. And it's we are not, those are our new middle schoolers right here, y'all. So that's Anaya. She's 12. She's the cheerleader of the house. And that's Elijah. He just turned 13 on the 2nd of this month. He's a football player. Next picture is Miss Taylor, boss baby, her first day at school, and that's Isaiah. That's the one that Andy had put in that figure 4 one time. That's Isaiah right there, who breaks his glasses all the time, y'all. That's Isaiah right there. But y'all, the Edwards family, we are not a perfect family. But I will say, today, they were encouraging me. When it's time for it, Stephanie, we love on each other. We motivate each other. We push each other to do more. And we're talking about being a powerful wife, being a powerful woman. And so I look back and I think about who are those powerful women in my life. So I'll start off, I got to give props to my mom. My mom and dad, they're supposed to be watching. So my mom, she's a beautiful woman, strong woman, married to my dad. And my mom, she went around, Terry's mom, they both used to work at chicken plants together. And they actually used to work in the same department together. We didn't even know we were going to get married. And so they used to work side by side together, standing on their feet on concrete for 8 to 12 hours a day. And then leaving there to go into sewing factories, even together. So they're all around working together. while raising children, while raising the kids. And then my aunties and female neighbors in our neighborhood on single moms, on how they were raising multiple kids at one time. But here I am today with some very strong, powerful women of the Alliance, like Jane Albright, like the amazing Beth Katz and the amazing Ashlyn, like Melanie Ray, like Paula Argenio, you know, like the Beth Ireland. I am here today for them. I am here standing for them. And because of y'all's strength, I am here. So thank y'all so much for that. And so I was up 3:30 this morning, right? Get my mind right. So I went to Google what is electricity. And what, you know, because electricity is very powerful, you know. And so it says, Google says, electricity is a flow of electrons. When electrons move from one place to another, they carry electrical energy from place to place, just like marching ants. You know, marching ants, they carry leaves everywhere they go so that they can connect. So when I see the ants, I actually see a picture, Stephanie, of how we as women are so strong today, on how day by day we are so strong because we have to carry so much, and how we have to make things connect. You know, we're wives, Stephanie, like we're moms and nurses for our kids, Deb. You know, we're great friends to our friends. We're the ones who's holding in all those amazing secrets that they're telling us. We are those women. You know what I'm saying, Bab? We are those women. We are the Uber drivers. We're the ones sometimes taking the kids around from place to place.
That's right.
And on top of that, y'all, we are trying to take care of ourselves, to make ourselves better, healthy, mentally, and all of that all together. So when I see like how much Jane Albright really sacrificed for us, it's like Andy would be gone for a week on his jet, on one of his jets, how about that? But he's traveling around, and when he's traveling, he's helping all of us to be better people, on how to build our business, on how to be a better wife, how to be a better husband, how to be a better friend. And then here is Jane. Sacrifice some date nights, some movie nights, some family nights, Scrabble nights. You know, she's sacrificing so much for all of us. So I owe it. That's right. Thank you, Jane Albright. We love you and we appreciate who you are to the Alliance. So when I see how much Jane sacrificed for Andy and for all of us, I have to tell Terry to get out there and push. I have to tell Terry to get out there and go. I have to encourage him, get out the house. Yes, I have to. I have no other choice. I have the home front covered. I will take care of that. I have it covered. Go travel and see the team. Go travel to different hot spots because they need you. Go, go, go. He's about to go now. I will take care of the home front. I will take care of the home front. Even if that means, you know, going to football practices, track and cheer and football, baseball and things of that nature. Like Ashley had said, Ashley, did you look at my stuff? Because you had read a lot of my stuff. I'll make sure the kids eat, you know, make sure the house is clean, you know, make sure the clothes are washed. And I'll make sure all of this is done, even if I have to get the extra hands. But I need you can go. Okay. You know, our life isn't easy. The Edwards home is not easy with tackling family, being married, and you know, having a business, and then having parents that are getting older, having siblings that get on your nerves sometimes. So we're not perfect, but everything we're going through, we know it's worth it, Mia. We know that it's going to pay off, Kyle. We know that. And so it's like at the beginning, when we first started working with the Alliance 3 years ago, and I was very negative. I was that negative wife when Terry would walk out the house. Kyle, I was her, arms folded, don't talk to me, okay, just go. I was that negative wife. But you know, I remember Terry saying to me, I was on the bed with Taylor. She was just born. And Terry was heading out of our bedroom. And I remember Terry saying, I was probably complaining about something. Probably about him going to go. And Terry said to me, he was like, well, Tia, until you find something better for me to do, I'm sticking with the Alliance. I ain't going nowhere. So when you find something better, you just let me know. And Terry, I am grateful. I am thankful for you for sticking with it and not giving up, even when I was probably very bad. But thank you for sticking in there and surrounding yourself around amazing leaders here at the Alliance. And then it's like, sometimes I can see Terry, even now, you know, scratching his head, you know, A ain't connecting to B. B ain't connecting to C. And I'm just like, now I'm positive because I love the Alliance. I ain't going nowhere. And so now I'm like, Terry, it's going to work out. Don't worry about it, Cadence. It's going to work out. And even though I may not be that perfect wife, I always tell them, just get out there and just give it one more shot and keep moving. And even down to in July. July was like one of the hardest months for us, y'all. And so it was really crazy. And then I look back at July, but I look at August today. I look at all the things that have taken place, that took place in the month of August, y'all. Like, Terry, you freaking kicked, Terry, you kicked butt in August. Like, I'm sorry. Sorry, Andy. But you know, Terry, you kicked butt in August. Like, August was Terry's biggest production month, y'all. Woo! August was our team, and it wasn't because of just what Terry did, but our team, they came together. I mean, and Powerhouse Mia and Beth Allen, like, they like put the fire on y'all. I mean, they put the fire on y'all. Yes, you did, Mia. You put the fire on, girl. And others, Avon and Stephanie. I should not start naming people. But and then Terry, he ranked number 5 in annuities with the company. So thanks to Chris Norris and Kelly for that. And Andy said, we are one of the fastest organizations that's growing with the Alliance. Man, I'm just thankful to be here. So Terry, you are a beast. You're working it out. Even through the ups and downs, I still, as your wife, I am supposed to be there to encourage you and uplift you. So keep rocking at it. So guys, and another reason why Terry have to keep rocking at it and keep doing it, because he's providing for our family. We have dreams that we want to come to pass. Like, I cannot wait, woo, to that new wedding band set for both of us, you know, for both of us. And that's our dream home. It's like we write this this is one of our visions in our journal. Is to have our brand new home in the year of 2021. That's 3 more years. And in that house, I can see it. All right, I'm going to tell them, Terry. So in that house, a 6-bedroom home. And you know how you have that indoor-outdoor slide thing, so you can have that indoor-outdoor living space? That's what I want. And so I was watching HGTV, and then they have these, So, and then in the kitchen, I want my double Allen side by side. I saw this basketball player with it, side by side, so I can walk through it. But then also it has the wood, refinished wood around those Allens. Mia, I got it laid out. And then in the garage, Mia, I have a few of my antique cars that I want, red with white interior. They're already laid out, all right? And then Anaya, like, she's a big dreamer. So Anaya, her dream trip is actually to Paris. I said, Anaya, you know you can't go with us next year though, right? This is just for adults, not for y'all. So our goal is actually to be able to take all 6 of us to Paris. And one of Terry's dreams is to actually give $1 million to our alma mater, Elizabeth City State University, and have our name printed on one of those buildings, like Andy and Jane Albright. So we cannot make these dreams come to pass if we just sit on our butts. You know, it can't happen. So that's why I have to encourage. That's why I have to help with this business, and so that it can grow and make our dreams become a reality.
That's right.
And I want to thank Andy and Jane. First off, let me thank Andy. I want to thank Andy for his amazing leadership, for him being a great example to Terry. I honestly admire Terry's love and his dedication that he has towards you, Andy. And because of his relationship that he has with you, I get to have a loving and a respectful and someone that I believe in with Jane Albright. And so I am forever grateful to Andy for that. And so because of y'all being such great examples, I am committing to doing more. I am committing to growing myself. I am committing to serving the Alliance team, going to different hot spots. Right. I have to step out of my comfort zone, Mia, so that I can do more. So this company can become a billion dollar company. I have to step up, and this right here is me stepping up a little bit more. But there's so much more for me to do.
That's right.
I am committed to being a better wife after watching Jane and Beth be amazing wives. And I also want to be a better mom and a better friend. And Terry and I are also committed to going on all of the Alliance trips. All of the Alliance trips, starting, all of them, Clay, started 2019. We are committed to being there. So Jane and Andy, thank y'all so much. We love y'all. Thank y'all so much for loving our kids. Haley and Spencer, thank y'all so much for sharing y'all's dad with us, with all of us crazy folks.
That's right.
Thank y'all so much for sharing your mom and dad with us. And so now I have the honor of bringing up one of my good friends because of the Alliance.
That's right.
So I am fired up right now. She serves her husband, y'all. She serves her children. She serves the team. She serves the Alliance. Y'all, she serves Andy and Jane, and she don't complain about it. She wants to serve. But most of all, y'all, she serves our God. Like before this all started, Miss Jerusha, we were all in Andy's office, and we had a word of prayer. And I thank you, Beth, for that, because you know my nerves, I needed that. And I know it's because of the words that you shared with God and with us that I am a little calm right now. So I thank you for that. It really meant a lot. She's one of the ladies that I watched from stage from day one at our first conference. Just sharing. She's always pouring her heart out to us. She's always encouraging us ladies and always have the beautifulest smile, sincere hugs, and I just love all of that about her. And her husband's name, cannot forget, her husband's name is Adam, and they have one of the largest organizations here with the Alliance, y'all. As Beth can say, I said, Beth, y'all been here since day one. She was like, well, really since before day one. So her and Adam has been with Andy and Jane even before the Alliance, y'all. They're like best friends with Andy and Jane. So they are also an amazing couple. They have amazing, beautiful kids. They have actually, Andrew's up in here. Hey, Andrew! And so we've actually been traveling with, Tara and I have been traveling with Beth and Adam for the last 4 years. So our first trip was when Forrester sponsored a trip to the Bahamas. That was a cruise. And I remember sitting with Beth and Jane. I know Melody Thomas was there and some more ladies was there. And just to watch her and Jane's relationship, it was just really beautiful. I'm like, I want to be a part of that. So we got to stick around because I want to be a part of that. The next trip we went on was to Banff, Canada. We went on the Mediterranean cruise together. And then our latest trip, we actually went to the Bahamas with it. No, excuse me. Thank you, Terry. To Hawaii, y'all. And so Hawaii trip was amazing because, y'all, I love the water. but I don't know how to swim, Cadence. You need a Megan? I don't know how to Megan, I don't either. And so we were in the pool one day, all the ladies, you know, sitting around. I don't know what the men were, but the ladies, we were all around the pool, right? Stephanie, you was there. And so Jane was like, Tia, you don't, Jane Albright, here she go. So Tia, you don't know how to swim. I don't know how to swim. Well, we're going to teach you how to float. That's step one. Let's teach you how to float. Y'all, I'm telling you, this is how you know you got real sisters that's going to stand right there with you. They won't let you drown, and they're going to hold you up. That's what you're going to get when you become, if you are a part of the alliance, draw closer to the women because they're going to hold you up, okay? So on my left side at the top, I got Jane Albright. Then down here at my left foot, Stephanie, I had Gina Hawks. I said, thank God, Gina Hawks. Yes, yes! I know y'all won't let me go. Y'all got Gina right here. And then right to my right top, it was Beth. And then to my right foot, I don't know about Angie. She might have been a little tricky probably. But it was Angie Owens down here. Angie. But these ladies was really like holding me up and supporting me. And that's something that I would not forget about these trips with the Alliance. It's like every single trip you go on with the Alliance, it's like you're building relationships, you're getting to know more about each other, and you're just becoming one big family, y'all. Right. And it was the last time I saw you, at the beginning, was also at one of Gay Gold's event at the G5 Ranch. It was for the women and their daughters to come out. And that was really my first time, Beth, where I saw you like talking to your daughters and really how you really care for your kids. And not just your kids, you was even talking to Sam, Argenio and them kids. So just to see that bond on how she talk and how humbling she is, I love and I appreciate everything about that. So Beth, I cannot wait to travel the world with you and Adam. I cannot wait. I am fired up. I appreciate your mentor. You've been a mentor. I appreciate you being a strong lady that you are. So please, y'all, help me welcome my friend, Beth Katz. Love you, Beth. Love you too.
I'm going to borrow Jane's line. Hey, y'all. Can I tell you how flat fired up I am today?
Tell us.
I mean, how many times in your life do you get to say you're doing something for the first time?
That's right.
Mm-hmm. Well, hang out with the Alliance Life and you do it a lot. And it's awesome. But I was actually at the doctor's office with Sarah when I got the email, and I looked, I saw Amber host TWC, and I thought, oh, Adam's hosting the TWC. And then I read it, and I'm like, Sarah! So it is. I'm just honored to be here, and I love that Andy would want to take time talking about relationships, talking about marriage, talking about more than just dollars and cents, more than how many apps did you write, but like really let's impact legacies, let's change people's lives by getting some good relationship tips going, right? So I am so honored by that. Tia, you did an amazing. Woo! So I love your heart, your passion, your excitement. And I've never seen a negative, so Terry, I don't know. She's never been a negative day around me. So. Good answer. See how well we get trained? But I love how you keep all your hats with a beautiful smile and just going out and serving it and being the excitement. And look at Terry and Tia, 3 years in the Alliance, right? So wherever you are today, when you will step into the Alliance and you'll start working, like go to WORK,
that's right.
and like your life depends on it, like your family depends on it, then you can have phenomenal growth very, very fast in this Alliance. You can change your family's picture very, very quickly. So I am proud of you all for tying into the system, for plugging into Andy and Jane, and for being an example for the rest of us, right? Yeah. Thank you. All right. My background's teacher. I taught high school Latin and English. So turn in your books. All right. Here's a question. How many of y'all want exponential growth in your business?
Oh, yeah.
Out there in TV world, yes. I want exponential. Well, page 83 of the Green Book, page 83, gives you the answer to exponential growth.
All right, explain it.
It says, how to go from 1 to 11 in one step.
Okay.
I can go from 1 to 11,
One
like
step.
one step?
Yeah.
Like, wow, how do we do that? All right, so page 83, you want to go back, mark it up, because I'm going to tell you some things it says on page 83. So if you want exponential growth, if you want a formula for that simple impact, when you're talking to someone who's married, don't just talk to one of them.
That's right.
Don't just talk to one of them. Get the spouse involved.
That's right.
The power of 11. We go from 1 to 11 simply by getting, if they're husband and wife, they've said vows. They've committed to each other. They're going to have some influence on each other, right? And we want to take advantage of that. Anytime we're starting to hire somebody, we're bringing them on our team, we're starting to form a relationship. On our playbook, we're here to get a piece of the pie. Prosperity, inspiration, eternity, and we're here for relationships. So we are not about being transactional. This is not just how much premium can you write for me? Can you help me advance on the levels chart? This is, I'm going to step into your life and help you be better. I'm going to help you become who you want to become. And when we get the husband and wife agreeing on that, then that is powerful. So as you're starting to meet somebody, that's the perfect time to meet the spouse. Meet the family. Get to know their kids. Understand what's going on. Understand that they got chaos. They got chaos. You got chaos. The world's got chaos. But everybody's kind of wanting to make their families better.
That's right.
All right. So why do we want to go from 1 to 11? Well, statistics have proven that when the husband and the wife get excited, there's an 11 times greater rate of success.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy? Can I be real for a second?
Yes, please do.
If I had gotten a call from somebody I didn't really know asking me if I wanted to make more money, I don't think I would have been the one to say yes. Just my little personality. But Adam was. He's the one who got the call, and he said yes. Now, when he brought me along to that first meeting, to that first hot spot, then I was like, okay, I can see this. I can see that our 2 school teachers' incomes, it's not doing a whole lot, right? Like that idea of a bank account increasing, well, that was a wish and a prayer and a hope and a dream. Like, that was not happening in our world, being paid as teachers. And so we were looking for something, but I probably wasn't the one who was going to step out. Adam was. And so by talking to Adam, you got me. But what about if you're talking to one spouse, you're talking to a husband, and maybe he's not the one, but the wife is the one who's going to jump in. So getting them both together, now you got 2 shots at getting into somebody's heart. And usually you get into one person's heart, you're going to pull along the other spouse. All right. All right. Another why. Husband and wife have influence over each other.
That's right.
Typically in a house, one person is the thermometer. You know what a thermometer does? It takes the temperature, right? It tells us that it's 60 degrees in here, or it's 88 degrees outside. It registers something.
Right.
The other person, they're the thermostat. And what does that thermostat do? It controls. It controls. Yes. Yes. So we want to find out who's the thermostat and get into their heart, because then we're going to control the house and help them become the people they want to be.
That's right.
All right. All right. Andy understands that this is not a perfect business. Okay? Challenges are going to happen. Newsflash, challenges happen whether you're in the alliance or out of the alliance.
That's right. That's right.
But in the alliance, challenges are going to happen. You know, there are going to be chargebacks. People are going to leave. People, you're not going to grow as fast. You're not going to grow as fast as you want to grow.
Right.
Okay? And when you have a husband and a wife united, they both have an understanding of what's going on. They both know it's part of the process.
That's right.
That's good right there.
It is part of the process. And you know, sometimes a challenge can hit you, and it just is that sucker punch, right? And maybe you feel the sucker punch, but the spouse doesn't feel it quite as much. And so here's what happens. The one who doesn't feel it quite as much, they can lift up the one that's struggling. And here's the trick to success. You don't both quit on the same day.
That's right.
Because when I can go negative, Adam can pull me up. And when he can get frustrated, I call Andy. Fix Adam. By getting the husband and wife together, you got double warm markets. Like, you know, as parents, we got, as moms especially, we got the class list, and we got the kids' friends, and, that we've got those relationships that maybe Adam doesn't have quite as much, or the husband might have. So the husband's got his sphere of influence. So now you got a wider sphere, a wider warm market to pull from to help them get off to a fast start.
That's good.
And I have my set of strengths, and Adam has his set of strengths. And the beauty about the alliance is we get to kind of figure out how we bring those strengths here and best grow our business. So maybe one spouse is better at selling, one spouse is better at recruiting, one spouse is better at driving deep relationships, one spouse is better at hiring the admin, because you need to hire an admin. Yeah. That's a marriage saver right there. I did get fired from being the admin in our business. I remember the day Adam came and I was nursing the baby, and he wanted something. He needed something with Baxter Carrier like right then. And Andy had counseled him in wise wisdom. You can't boss your wife around, especially when she's feeding your child. Right. So we hired a secretary. This business allows us to grow and develop what our strengths are, become a better version of who we are.
That's right.
And then we can take those strengths and apply them. And it's great that you can start out selling and move into the recruiting. You can start out recruiting and move into the selling. You can figure out what works for you as a family. And whatever arrangement you want to have, there is an example in the alliance of a couple building it that way.
That's right.
If you just want to be, like, for a long time, guys, I was just that supportive spouse that said, go, Adam, go. And I didn't do a whole lot. And I'm doing more now because our kids are older, but it's nice that we have that flexibility. We have those options in the alliance. And Andy has created a system that just allows us to come in, find out who we are, and put that who we are into action. All right. So what does the power of 11 look like?
Okay.
All right? First of all, it looks like a decision.
Okay.
So Tia mentioned we've been here for quite a while. We met Andy and Jane 26 years ago. So I know, what their life was like before kids. I know what Andy was like when he was working a job and doing something extra. I know what it was like when Jane was working a job, when she came home.
I've seen them evolve, and they are absolutely incredible today. But can I tell you that they were that incredible to me and Adam when Andy still had a job to go to and when Jane still had a job to go to. So they have grown. He has evolved as the leader and CEO, president of our organization. But he got our hearts a long time ago. Jane got my heart a long time ago. And our life is forever changed because of what they've done. So wherever you are, realize that you are influencing somebody else. Like you've brought other couples into the alliance. You're Andy and Jane to them.
That's big.
Wow. You are Andy and Jane to somebody else. And I am so thankful. Andy stepped in and became a positive role model for Adam. And that influence. Okay, another real moment, right? I might have been that clingy girlfriend. I might have been that, no, you don't hang out with the boys. And then something happened when we met Andy and Jane, and I was like, "You can hang out with Andy. You can hang out." Yeah, it was a safe because I liked the influence. I liked the example he was setting. I could trust that example and know that it was going to help Adam be better, not Adam be worse. And so I trusted Andy. And we had been through ups and downs together. We 26 years. All these years before the start of the alliance, we had been through some life together. And Andy decided to do insurance, and he told Adam to go get his insurance license. And we basically do, if Andy says we're going to jump here, we typically jump. Maybe a little more timidly than we should, but we jump. And so Andy's like, get an insurance license. So Adam went and got his insurance license. He ended up getting that first set of leads. Sold more on that first day out than he was going to make the whole month teaching. Like everything Andy had been leading us through, we hadn't made any money at. We paid a lot for that association. And then he said, get insurance, and he went out and made sales, and he was making money. And I went to a meeting, and this was before the alliance, so this is not alliance that I'm talking about. And I got to that first meeting because Adam took me there, and it wasn't like our hotspot meetings. It was not always positive culture. It was different than what I was used to. Can we say that? It was different than what I was used to. And have you ever changed your mind? It's a woman's prerogative to change our mind. So, yay, bank account. What the heck have you gotten us into? And Adam and I aren't yellers. I mean, to our credit, the quieter Adam is, the madder he is, just so you know. So we had this discussion. We'll call it that. It was a discussion. It may have involved some tears on my part. And we're driving back to this meeting the next morning, and Adam had hit that point. Guys, you ever hit that point? You just had it with what your wife is talking about? And he looked at me and he said, all right, are y'all ready for this? I'm quoting Adam here. He said, Beth, I'm going to build this business with you or without you. But I am always going to do it for you.
What you got to say about that? That's my man right there. That's Adam Katz right there.
That's a bold man right there. He did. And it was the conviction in his voice stopped me in my tracks. So we get to this meeting, and I'm still a blubbering idiot. Because I was just so overwhelmed with emotions that I didn't leave it at the door very well, and walked in, and Andy kind of takes a look at me, and he pulls me out of the meeting, and is like, what in the heck is going on? Like, and we had a conversation, and he took the time. He already believed in the potential, but he took the time to address my concerns and to go, all right, let's bring this back here. And he's like, we're going to learn how to do insurance. We know how to build organizations. And then we're going to build the organization that's going to change the world. And Adam's conviction had told me, all right, Beth, it's time to straighten up. Andy's concern, Andy's words, the trust that we had built with him over the years made me go, is it time for Adam to quit his job yet?
Change your mind.
Change my mind. All right. It looks like Power of 11, looks like dividing and conquering. And we've talked about that there can be umpteen different ways to build your business, and it doesn't matter how you build the business as long as you build the business, right? But whatever you say I'm going to do, then do it. And whatever he says he's going to do it. Okay? Life will happen, and there'll be challenges. You know, like there might be a hurricane out there coming around. But Adam had it on his calendar that he was going to Philadelphia, and then he's going to Maryland. Well, guess what Adam's doing? Actually, where is it? It's Pittsburgh. I'm sorry. He's going to Pittsburgh. He's going to Pittsburgh and then to Maryland. And he's doing that. So when it came to the tying down the house and battening the hatches, that was me. Why? Well, we had decided a long time ago he was going to always do what was on his calendar, and I would be Semper Gumby. And I would ebb and flow and do what was needed to enable him to go out and do. And it doesn't matter. Like there are women out there today. Paula Argenio is running business today, and her husband has battened down the hatches. Andrew's taking care of the family in that situation. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter how you shape it, okay? But shape it and follow through.
That's right. That's good teaching right there.
It's going to take a lot of work, and it's going to take a lot of travel, and it's going to take a lot of leaving your comfort zone to do the alliance. But you get freedom in return. You get the freedom to have breakfast with your kids when you want to. You get the freedom to go to Switzerland and Hawaii in the same month. You get the freedom to do and live an amazing lifestyle. Here's one powerful lesson that Jane taught me. If I hold Adam back from becoming the man he's meant to be, do I really want the man that's left behind?
Oh, wow.
If you hold your spouse, if you hold your man back from becoming the man he's meant to be, do you really want the man that's left behind? All right. So let's do it anyway. Let's go to work, regardless of what's going on around you. When it's on your calendar, go do it. There's now and there's right now. And the opportunity and the alliance, like we've been here since day one, and we've seen phenomenal growth. Yeah. But it ain't anything like what we've got coming on right now. Like the opportunity, the leads that we have, the investment that Andy is making and putting resources in our hands is just unbelievable. One of the things I've always admired about Andy is his forward thinking. Like, I like to get comfortable, you know, that good pair of pants that you just never want to get rid of because it fits right and it's just comfy. I don't want to let go of that, but Andy has a vision of where we can go, and he's seeing what's on the horizon, and he's working right now to make the horizon happen for us.
That's right.
And I can trust that process. And I can trust that he is seeing a better thing. And what he's telling us is it is time to go. Yeah. So we live at Wrightsville, or I live in Wilmington, but I drove down to Wrightsville Beach the other day just to I got to check out the waves before this hurricane comes. And it looked like a beautiful beach day. You would never know. You would never know what was coming down the pike. But they're talking about what's underneath the surface, what you can't see. What you can't see. And it's huge. Like this storm is coming, but the bigger storm is what the Alliance is going to do, how the Alliance is going to change this country. So let's go to work. Let's go to work. And look, what better opportunity to go to work than right now when we've got all these different contests. Yeah. So I know y'all are like, TikTok, don't we have that August final numbers? Yes, we do, but we're not going to tell you. Tune in to Andy at the activity call and you'll get the final results from the August contest. But this is September. And so there is a contest going on. I think they may have a graphic of this. But the September Quad Slam. Like, I love that Andy is saying, let's put a little competition here. Let's do a little reward. But let's go to work. And here are all the resources, so go to work. There's no excuse. So like if you've just gotten your license, if you just got your license in 2018, you're in one group. All right, but if you got your license in 2017, or it's your first issue paid business, I believe, 2017, you're in number 2 group. And then if you've been around here since December 31st, 2016, all the way back to the beginning, you're in another group. And we've got opportunities to win money. That's right. Money. In both recruiting and selling. And like these newbies and these somewhat newbies, they can take our veteran cash away because it's all about the do. He who does the do will get paid the money, right? So excited about that. You can find contests online, but the top prize for each contest is $3,333. Total pot is right there at $100,000. $100,000 that Andy and Jane are willing to give away to help you. Extra money on top of the commissions that you're getting. So it is phenomenal. So what are the rewards? What are the rewards? Adam and I have been married 26 years. 27 years. Yeah. He has it engraved inside. And so we met Andy and Jane right after we had gotten married. And so our marriage is them pouring into us. Our marriage is the power of association. So when you can find that young couple, those young Aidens out there that are just getting started, you are molding a future family. Like you're getting marriages started off on the right foot. That's right. And that is powerful. So I have learned, and Adam has learned by our association, from the books, from the audio, from going to the meetings. 2 of my favorite books, Love and Respect. What women need, what men need, and what women need. Men, you want to be respected. And women, it's our job to show them respect, even if they don't seem respectable. Because you, as a wife, you want unconditional love. You want him to love you with your bad morning breath and your bad morning hair. You want him to love you regardless. Right? Regardless of whether we change our mind, regardless of whether we pull out 5 different outfits to wear in one day. It doesn't matter. You want them to love you. Well, they need you to respect them in that same way. Powerful, powerful book. And 5 Love Languages is another favorite book of mine. Adam's primary love language is words of encouragement. That means I need to build him up with my words. Like, hung by the tongue, we get what we say. What you are saying about your husband will be who your husband becomes. And I remember looking at Jane telling me that and looking at Adam, and this is in the early days, he doesn't do this anymore, but I didn't know that ESPN would run the same reruns 5 times in a row. The highlight reels were the same. Like the big saves were the same. Whatever. I'm like, you just watched this 30 minutes ago. You just watched this an hour ago. You just watched this 2 hours ago. What are you still doing there? That's one way I could have reacted. And honestly, that's kind of what was going through my head sometimes. But Jane said, will you treat him? Will you speak life into him? Will you build him up to be your warrior? And so I would look at him and go over there and give him a hug and a kiss and say, baby, you're killing this. Not in a sarcastic way, but knowing that he was going to get up and he was going to do, because that was who he was at his core, and that was the man I fell in love with, and it would take him a while to get his stride going, but baby, when he got his stride going, it would take us incredible places. I am thankful for Jane for lots of conversations that would get my mind right. And here's a great thing, is as you're building relationships, husband and wife, talking with husband and wife, Jane gave me the outlet that I could complain, I could be frustrated, I could break down and cry, I could just let it all out. Gay talks about bringing out the bucket and just, ugh. No one needs to know. And by being able to go to Jane for that, kept me from going to Adam for that. And like I said, when I was frustrated with Adam, I could also call Andy. And my kids are just an amazing example of growing up Alliance life. And I think we've got some pictures they can kind of just scroll through. But I've got Sarah, who is 20, about to graduate from Wingate University. That's me, Scott, paragliding. Not falling off the stage, but paragliding. And I would not have done that if I hadn't been for Noel. But Sarah's about to graduate from college. She's gotten her license. She's out selling. Emily is and that's her wall. That was her wall. Like, we just let her, Jane said, let them write on their wall. And she did. And so her room, all of her room is surrounded with words that she's gotten from the Alliance. To know that they are confident and poised. Andrew is 15, he's in the back, and Emily is 17. She is graduating from high school, wants to be a Wolfpack, go Wolfpack. Not because of family, but because of Andy, who she counsels with. And so it's just an amazing journey. But my charge to you is please, please, please take advantage of that. And Ashlyn, can you just share with us what we need to do?
Come on, oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Y'all, we got leads, and we got a freaking lot of them. I ain't lying. We got a lot. And if y'all don't want me to get fired, y'all better get on it and buy some leads, or y'all gonna get fired. No, I'm just kidding. But y'all, seriously though, we have leads everywhere. We cannot continue to keep making leads if you guys are not buying leads. If you guys are not investing in your business. If you guys are not investing in your team. Investing in GMRs. Investing in instant purchases. We have so many leads on the map right now that we need y'all to buy so they can get gone, so we can keep creating more leads, so y'all can get more newer, fresher leads through your GMR. So we have, these are the top 10 states that we have the most A0 leads in. Leads that have never been purchased before. Texas, Florida, California, Georgia, Ohio, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Indiana, Louisiana, and Virginia. And I know we got a lot of y'all up in these states that's going to buy these leads today. So if you can go to my next slide. Okay, these are the top 5 states with the most A0 TV leads. Y'all, these TV leads are gold. I cannot give you one complaint that I have heard from an agent about these TV leads. Almost every single person that I talk to is like, I need more. Where can I get more TV leads from? Y'all, they're all over the map. Again, we need you guys investing in your business so we can keep investing in leads and producing more, TV leads for you guys so we can keep showing that commercial for you guys. Georgia, California, Texas, Alabama, and Illinois, these are the top 5 states with those TV leads. So if you have someone in those areas, let them know. If you don't, guess what? Now you know where you can hire people at. So we have them all over the place. Honestly, I'm really not kidding. This is the best lead system that we have had since I have been here for almost the 3 years that I have been here. I'm not kidding. These TV leads, almost every person that I talk to books. If they got 5, they book at least 5 out of 5. Peter Orozco, I think I said that right. I talked to him. I was in I was in Colorado with Andy 2 weeks ago. And him and I were talking about them, and I was asking them, how are they going? Every single time he gets a TV lead, he books it. He went and instant purchased 10 TV leads, booked 10 appointments, and sold 10 policies off of those TV leads. They're out there, but we need y'all to be investing. So if you can go to my next slide, please. Okay, power move. Who in here has done a power move? Okay, y'all, power moves are freaking huge. Where else can you get $1,000 worth of leads right then and there and not pay anything on that $1,000 for 30 days? And then have that $1,000 spread out over a 12-week payment plan. The goal of a power move is to get that big chunk of leads, to start dialing the day you get them and go run business that weekend and have a huge week so you can make that $1,000 back plus more to pay that power move off, to continue to keep investing in yourself. And do another one. Continue to keep investing in your team. Y'all key leaders, we need y'all doing more power moves. You key leaders can do up to 5 power moves at once. 5 power moves. Invest in yourself. Invest in a new agent. If you have someone who has been doing really great, invest in them. Do a power move for them. You will make that $1,000 back plus more in overrides for them. And you don't even have to pay it off all right away. I mean, I cannot tell y'all how Paul Roberts, he has some crazy people out on his team. G-Shock and Dr. Phil, I cannot tell y'all how many power moves they have done for downlines of theirs and what their lead bill looks like every single week because they're continuously investing in their agents. I can't tell y'all how many GMRs them and Paul Roberts has for downline agents that they are paying for every single week, while they're also investing in their business and doing those power moves for themselves and having GMRs set up for themselves. So I highly, highly, highly encourage you, especially you key leaders, because you can do 5, to get on that power move train. Book a time with us. If you don't know what a power move is, call us and we can kind of explain it and go over it with you. So we do update the power move list every Tuesday, and we have the top 100 counties on that list. I will give you guys a link where you guys can access this as well. So also, what I think it was, Clay, how many was it? 8? I think it was 6 or 8 counties in Florida alone that are on the power move list. And y'all, I ain't lying. I did distribution this morning, and it might be Palm Beach, maybe. There is one county that has 101 direct mail leads, A0s in that county. And y'all know how many people we got up in Florida. So I highly encourage power moves. If you can go to my next slide. Okay. These are the top 4 counties that are on the power move list this week for Georgia. We have, I always say this one wrong, but I think it's Daughtry. Yeah, Daughtry. Daughtry County, Fulton, that Atlanta area. We got a lot of y'all people out there too. Did I do that? Can you go to my next one? Okay. Fulton, Gwinnett, and Muskogee. All 4 of these counties are on that power move list this week for Georgia. Oh, in California. So, if y'all didn't know, I couldn't see that well. So California, the top 5 counties in California that are on the Power Move list this week are Alameda, Contra Costa, Los Angeles, Monterey, and Santa Clara. Y'all, we got we got a lot of people in California, but we need a lot more people in California because we have a freaking ton of leads in California. Y'all need to start hiring people out there and sending them to the hot spots with the carries because California is on fire with leads. Texas. So the top 4 counties that are on the Power Move list this week in Texas is Dallas County, El Paso, Harris, and Jefferson. But I have to tell y'all, I'm sorry. Jefferson is taken. So we'll scratch that one off. It got taken this morning. But Dallas, El Paso, and Harris are still on there. Y'all, El Paso, I think this morning when I looked, yes, has 122 A0 leads. I've already had one person do a Power Move out there, and I already have an A0 GMR out in El Paso, and I still have that many A0 leads. El Paso is crazy, and Texas is too. We got a lot of leaders out in Texas, and Texas is another state that we really need help with in leads. So Alabama, the top 3 counties that we have are Jefferson, Madison, and St. Clair. Again, this number 1 right here is Jefferson. Same thing. I've got multiple GMRs out in Jefferson County, but I still have 88 A0 leads in Jefferson. We got a lot of good, crazy people out in Alabama, too, that need y'all's help. Illinois. Y'all know how crazy them people is in Cook County? They have 327 A0 leads in inventory. That's crazy, ain't it? You better get your butt up there. Go up there and cook something. And the other big counties and states that I have that are on the Power Move list this week are Florida. I've got Broward, Duval, Escambia, Miami-Dade, Palm Beach, Pinellas, Polk, and Volusia. Y'all, I was just out in Florida. I know a lot of y'all out there. I know a lot of y'all looking for leads. They're right in front of your face. We got them. And we got lots of them. So Michigan, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and Virginia are a couple of other states that we have a lot of leads in that are just sitting that we need help. So we need you guys to start recruiting more out there so we can start getting those leads off the map so we can start putting new leads on. Virginia, I was the same way. I was out there last week with Chelsea Long, Mike Lee, Taylor Smith, Chadwick Ray. Y'all better get on it. Don't make me come back. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. So we have an incredible lead team here. So other than myself, we have the awesome Clay Mertez. Myself, we have Cadence, we have Evan, and then we have our newest member, Edith. Yeah, girl. So, y'all, I'm not kidding, y'all. She is crazy. She might be little, but she is crazy. The first time I met her, I thought she was going to be, like, really shy. And I was like, oh, my gosh, she's so shy and sweet. And then it was, like, her first day, and I was like, oh, my God, girl, like, you's crazy. I like you. So I highly encourage you guys to come meet us at Instant Thunder next week and also book an appointment with us. It's only 4 of us right now, or 5 of us right now, and we cannot answer the phone because our appointments are booked up or because we have people calling us and blowing up our phones. So we need more people in leads, and we need you guys to help us out and yourselves out by booking at a time at lpt.simplybook.me. This is going to allow you to open yourself up to our personal calendars and book a time that works best for you. So during that 15-minute or 30-minute time slot, it is directed to you and you only. We're not picking up the phone for somebody else that's calling because you booked that appointment with us. So definitely make sure that you go on and book an appointment with us there. Also, that is where you will find the updated Power Move list every Tuesday. So if you go to the lpt.simplybook.me and log on there, on the very top right-hand side, there is a news tab. If you click on that news tab, it will open you up to that updated Power Move list every week. Also, sometimes you don't need to book an appointment with us to ask us a simple question. It saves us time and you time if it's something little that can just be done over email. So you can email us at leads@naaleads.com. And then you can also reach us at 336-227-3319. And the lead extension that dials through all of us is 2620. So book an appointment, call us, email us, do whatever you got to do to wave a red flag so we can help you, because we have freaking leads and we need them gone so we can keep getting more. I know I keep saying it, but y'all, it's true. It is so true. Also, next Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, I think it's September 19th through the 22nd, we have Instant Thunder here at the corporate office. We've got some new stuff that we're doing this time that we have never done before, so I'm really excited about that. And I found out this morning that we have about 50 tickets left. So 50 extra tickets. It's not too late to get a ticket. You can still go on right now and get a ticket. You might not be able to find a hotel room, so you better find a buddy that you can roommate with, split that cost of that hotel. Either way, get your butts here. Caleb Law out in Texas, his first Instant Thunder completely changed his life. Completely changed his life. Y'all, he was so nervous and scared to be here that I don't even think he would look Andy in the eye or really like say much to him because he was so terrified. But I was in Houston. I'm sorry. I was in Houston 2 weeks ago with Andy, and y'all should have just saw his face like light up whenever Andy recognized him for being there and just recognized all the success that he has had. It's so crazy to me that these events, that they're not little, but they're so impactful that they can change someone's life like his. If it can change his life, it can change your life. I promise you. You have to be here. Also, if you did not get the email this morning, all of you in this room and all of you watching or listening are invited to the Portland, Oregon Instant Thunder that Andy is hosting. And guess what? It's free. It's free. Y'all don't even have to pay to go. I mean, you've probably got to pay for your gas and maybe your hotel, but you don't have to pay to be there, to listen to Andy and listen to the leaders speak of the Alliance. So those dates that he will be in Portland, Oregon are October 15th through the 16th. I also looked this morning, and out in Portland, I have 209, out in Oregon, let me back up. Out in Oregon, I have 291 A0 leads. And in Portland alone, I have 83 A0 leads sitting there waiting for someone to call them. So hire somebody out in Portland, get them some leads, and get them to that Instant Thunder. It is free. They don't have to pay anything, nor do you. So I highly, highly, highly encourage you guys to be here next week for Instant Thunder and be out at that Portland, Oregon Instant Thunder, or at least hire people and send them out to that Instant Thunder. So like I said, they can get to meet Andy. They can get to meet some of those leaders of the Alliance and, see how it's changed their lives. So again, we need y'all's help. Don't be a freaking baby. Don't let Andy be the only one investing. He is investing his own money to create all of these leads for you guys. Therefore, we need you guys buying these leads so you can help us and we can help you achieve your goals. So you guys can, get on stage and win that money. So you can win these contests. I don't know about y'all, but I love a good contest, and I would love to take some money away from somebody, okay? So I know some of y'all would be too. So I highly encourage you, buy these leads. Do GMRs, or get GMRs, do power moves, invest in your business, invest in your team, and get your butts to Instant Thunder. So, Tia, I'll give it back to you, girl. Thank you, Ashley. You're welcome.
So just listening to Ashlyn, what I got from her is that the opportunity here, y'all, is huge. Yeah. The doors are open for everybody here, y'all. So we're going to handle just a little bit more business before we get ready to go, right? Before I turn it over to Beth to close it out. So, guys, what fires me up, another thing that fires me up about the Alliance is our hot spots, y'all. Our hot spots are on fire, y'all. All right? So it's like, get there on time to help out. You know, don't show up at the last minute. Don't show up right at 7 o'clock when the presenter is about to go up there, the speaker is about to go up there. Because that hot spot, y'all, they need all of us, y'all. Because from the time from setting up, make sure we take down some chairs that may be too many out, y'all, to sitting at the guest table to greet the greeters, to standing in the lobby to help greet our guests as they're coming in, to see if there's anything that the speakers may need. So we need to show up early to help out. Stephanie has a beautiful handwriting, so I love to see Stephanie writing on that whiteboard, y'all, before the meeting starts up. And then we have, like, out there in Durham. Durham hotspot is, like, starting to kick fire, y'all. They actually have Melissa and Ron Thompson, part of Michael and Angela Owens' group, y'all. That hotspot needs us, y'all. And then another thing, like, when we see Andy, he's traveling around to all these hotspots, right? And Andy, he is sharp. He is sharp, y'all. When he come down, I love to see him come down, y'all. I mean, he got that sharp suit on, y'all. Them beautiful shoes on. Y'all, he got that necktie, and sometimes he wears that vest. I check some out, y'all, because I love it, right? And so, why don't we, if we call ourselves copying Andy Albright, let's copy. He ain't telling us to go and be all expensive, but let's put on our neckties, man. Let's put on a nice little blazer. And we're so much like family. Like, if you don't have a blazer, or if you don't have a shirt, or if you don't have a necktie, ask your brother, do they have one at home that you can use? You know, we need to step it up for Andy and Jane. That's part of showing our appreciation to them. That's showing us that we are serving them and helping out our team. And then also women, it's like, let's dress it up. I'm going to let Jane Albright talk about it. So I'm going to pull out the green book, y'all, and it's on page 157 in this book. This is what Jane Albright tell us as women that we should do on how we as women should carry ourselves and look at a hot spot, or even at a meeting when you come to Instant Thunder. Let's dress appropriate, ladies. All right, so Jane says, skirts should be like paragraphs. They should be long enough to cover the material, but short enough to keep people interested. All right. That's what Jane Albright says. I like that, Jane Albright. But that's what Jane Albright says. But y'all, let's work together to make our hot spots better. That's right. It's not just a one-man show. It's a whole group. It's the family that makes a hot spot, not just one person. So that was my part, but I want Beth to come out and she's going to close it out, y'all. Woo! Woo! Thank you, Beth.
All right. Like, listen to that opportunity. Listen to what's out there. Like, make a decision today that this is the moment that you're going to put into practice what the Alliance is teaching. Put into practice. Go out there and do. So I love this quote from Big Fat Greek Wedding. And it says, the man is the head of the house. But the woman is the neck. And that neck controls where that head can turn, bob up and down. And we can see that as a power move, like look at us, or we can look at it as that we are the support, that we have the opportunity, we have the gift, we have the ability to feed into our husbands. And I don't care what your marriage looks like right now, because this is real life, and not everybody's got that, fairy tale kind of story going on. But I can promise you that when you take the principles that we talk about in the Alliance, when you take the heart of who we are as a company and you put it into work, into your relationship, it will change your marriage, and that marriage can become one of your most treasured gifts. And that's what the Alliance has done for me. Like when I look at the life I get to live, it is because of what Andy and Jane and the leaders of this Alliance have poured into me. And be grateful. Please, please, please live your life with gratitude. Live your life with gratitude for the price that has been paid. Yeah. For what long before you all ever sat in this room, long before you ever signed your Alliance contract, the price that Andy and Jane paid. Wow. And they invested and believed in you even before you showed up. But they knew one day, if you build it, they will come. And here we are. And here we are at that right time. And I don't remember what book it was from right now, but there was a challenge, and it said, if you've been poured into, if you've been invested into, if someone has done something for you and you're just bottling it up and not letting it flow, if you're being a pond and not a river, right, that the biggest insult to that person who has poured into you is to not grow, to not change. And so if you're like, I've been given something special here. Like, how many of y'all have ever gotten a text from Andy Albright? Or how many of you have gotten a text from Jane Albright? Or for someone in the LPT, just checking in on you, seeing if you're better, ABTF. These are people that are pouring their hearts into you. You've been given a gift. Your job is to grow. Go grow what has been given into you. So grow, be grateful for what has been done. Be grateful for what's happening right now. Be grateful that you can go to Portland, Oregon, and you can go to a free Instant Thunder, that you can come to Burlington headquarters and see all the expanse that the Alliance is, and everything, take those tours, everything that Andy has worked to put together for you. Take advantage of that. Here's what I know. There's going to be a meeting that will change your life. For Adam and me, we were sitting in a big coliseum, and we were up in the nosebleed seats because we weren't pushing to the front like any of the leaders get to the front. We weren't leaders. We were just there. But something happened. You know what it was, Terry? There was a meeting after, like a night owl, and Andy was talking, and he had his hand on Adam's shoulder. He wasn't talking to Adam. He was actually talking over Adam's head, but he had his hand on Adam's shoulder. And in that moment, because we had stayed to the end, in that moment, something changed. It was visible enough that there was a change in his eyes. Like, what just happened to you? But something changed. I was there for that. Adam was there in that moment to have that moment. And maybe your moment is going to come at one of these Instant Thunders. Maybe your moment is going to come at NatCon. I don't know when it will be for you, but please, please, please don't miss that meeting. And since we don't know which one it's going to be there for all of them.
That's right.
Be there for all of them. And how about this? Let's be grateful for what's about to happen. Because the best is yet to come. That we have the opportunity, that where you are today is not where you'll be 6 months from now, a year from now, 3 years from now. You can change your life. This is a process. This is a process. It will happen in time. It will happen in your time. It will happen when you do all of this in your time and in your season. But I can promise you, life looks different when you buy into the Alliance system. Life looks different when you have the relationships. When you have a Mike and Noel, when you have a Paul and Tamara Roberts, when you have a Melanie and Chadwick Way, setting the example, a Jason and Tawny Carey, and I can't start naming names, but like I'm driving up here and Courtney Long is texting me like, hey, we're safe in Florida, come see me. Like, we've got people that love you wherever you are in your life. And they are looking forward to spending time with you on these trips, to forming the relationships. We got to get Tia in another pool. We got to keep working on that. Doggy paddle's the next step. But it is coming. It is coming. Like, what do you want in your life? What do you want? Now work. Pay the price. Success has a price. It's going to be involved time and money. There's a price. But I can promise you the rewards are far, 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 far greater than you can ever imagine. And we've been talking about marriages, and we've been talking about relationships, and we've been talking about that honeydew. And let me tell you, Paris is a city of love.
All right.
Woo!
All right.
So let's get out here. Let's go to work. Let's blow up LPT. Let's say Andy, anything you can give us, we're going to take advantage of, because this is our time. You're in the right place at the right time with the right people. Go do it. Woo!